friends, my name is Tina. Welcome to my channel. I'm so happy that you're here. If you are over 50 like me and you are interested in beauty, skincare, shopping, and home, I hope that you'll please take a moment to subscribe and join me so that we all can be living our best midlife. Today, I wanted to share with you just my everyday makeup routine. And this is kind of different than a lot of the makeup routines that you see here on YouTube because I don't do a lot of what a lot of other people do. This is really just like a get ready, very quickly, easy, out the door routine. And I hope there's other ladies out there that can relate. So let's just jump in and get started. I have done my skincare routine and I have applied my sunscreen. So right now I'm gonna go in and I've been using this Hard Candy Sheer Envy Perfecting Primer. And it says that it was a marketing gimmick that got me. It says 12-hour line reduction on the package, which is what sold me. But I actually really like it. I'm just gonna put that everywhere. I do just a little bit down the neck. I don't do my whole neck. Okay, and that is pretty much soaked in, I think. Probably should pull my hair back a little bit too for... Okay, so after I have applied the primer, I'm going to go in and I use this Born to Glow concealer from NYX. It's got the little sponge tip. I'm searching for a concealer that I like that just doesn't get cakey and creasy, and I just can't seem to find any. I do not generally wear concealer under my eyes anyways. I use it for little age spots around my face. My forehead, I have a lot of sun damage, so that's what I try to do first. So I just kind of dab this a little on my forehead and I just use my finger to kind of pat it in, just to kind of even out some of those red marks that I have. A little darker. So that's about it that I use for concealer. Now for foundation, what I love is the Laura Gellar, the Baked, Balance, and Brighten. This is in light. I also have the medium, but I haven't been using any self-tanner the last few weeks, so the light should be fine. And just yesterday it broke. Why can't they make a compact that the lid doesn't come off? It happens to me every single time. But anyways, I just take this, I swirl, and I like to apply it. This is actually an IT Cosmetics. I think it's the Heavenly Skin brush, but I love this for powder foundation. So just swirl it on there, and then I just kind of blend it. Just kind of buff it into my skin. Years ago, I used to always wear BareMinerals, and I loved that when it first came out. It was just so easy, and I love that about the powder foundations, is that they are just really easy. I do use liquid foundation sometimes when I just want a little extra coverage, but generally for day-to-day, I just want my skin evened out a little bit more. I know it's not going to look perfect, but just a little evened out is fine. Okay. So that's about all that I'm gonna do for the foundation. The next thing I'm going to apply is I like to do a little bit of bronzer. And I've been really enjoying this. I have this little Smashbox palette, and it's got a bronzer, a highlighter, and a blush. The bronzer shade is called Bronze Age, but it's not really too dark. It's not glittery. I like it. This is what the palette looks like inside. And I've noticed on a lot of the YouTube beauty videos, makeup videos, that they have been using bronzer like more as a contour. When I started using this back in my 20s, it was just to go over like the high points of my face where like the sun would hit. And that's still what I kind of do just to warm up my complexion a little bit. I don't go in with, you know, sculpting cheekbones and all of that. I just want to give a little bit of glow to my skin. And that's really about it. Then the next thing I do is I'm going to use some of the blush. I really like the blush shade in here as well. Like I said, it's called Adam's Apple is the shade. It's really pretty. So I would just apply a little bit to my cheeks. And that's going to be that. Then what I've just recently like rediscovered is I am loving this BareMinerals Invisible Light Translucent Powder and Glow. And it is really just, I mean, it looks, you think that looking at it, being how white it is, that it would not be a good highlighter, but I really am loving it. And I actually do use it with the little brush that I purchased this with. And it's just subtle and light. I just get a little bit on here, and I usually just do it just on the tops of my cheekbones just to get a little bit of glow there. I'm done with that. Then, so you probably think I'm doing this in a very different order than a lot of people. Then I'm using still the BareMinerals Mineral Veil for a setting powder. And I just like to go over forehead, nose, and chin first. And then I do dab it on my eyes. I find mascara will actually cling a little bit better if you've got some powder on the lashes. So that is it. Okay, now I'm going to start with my eyes. And the eyeliner that I love, this has been a favorite for a long time, it's the Maybelline Unstoppable. I get it in Pewter. It doesn't smudge, it doesn't run, it's waterproof. I absolutely love this. I always make sure I have a backup on hand. And I found the Pewter shade is actually better the older I get. It's not quite so drastic as black. So what I do is I just tightline the upper lash line. I haven't been putting any eyeliner lower. I heard that you want your makeup and emphasis to be up and going up as a lifting effect. So that's kind of what I've been trying lately. And I seem to like it. It seems to work for me. So I will go in and just kind of tightline my upper lash line. And this one is really pretty smooth to apply. You don't have to push too hard. But I'll just do this on the tops. Okay. And for just a minute, can we talk about the eyeshadow looks that you see here on YouTube? I mean, they're amazing. These ladies, what they can do with an eyeshadow palette, you know, they have the darker out in the outside corner and then like a little highlighter shade on the lid to make it pop. It's amazing. They look beautiful. I cannot do that. So I'm about to show you what I do for eyeshadow. But first, what I do is also different than most beauty videos. I have to put my mascara on before my eyeshadow. As you can see, I've got tiny, small hooded eyes, very little real estate on my lid. If I put eyeshadow on and then go over with mascara, I'm just taking a Q-tip and taking off everything I just put on. So for me, I always have to do mascara first. So I always curl my lashes. And the mascara I've been liking recently is the Maybelline Falsies. I've never found a high-end mascara that I have felt is worth it. And I do always have to wear waterproof or it will not hold my curl. And I'm a fan of the old style mascara wands. I do not like those silicone brushes that so many, and the really tiny ones. I just don't like those. But I really like this mascara. I think it's very lengthening, but it looks natural. It's not clumpy. You don't have the spider leg look on your eyes. And then I also, because of my small eyelids, I usually have to do a little cleanup. But all right, so there's one with and one without. I think it makes a big difference. Curl this one. I'd love it if you leave in the comments if you have found a mascara that you absolutely love, that is long wearing and keeps a curl and maybe not even waterproof, but if you found that, that would be a holy grail for me. And as I'm doing this, I see I have a little right underneath on my waterline that I'm going to have to clean up. Take a fresh Q-tip. See, that's why I can't do I could not do mascara after eyeshadow. I would just be taking off everything. Okay, now I am going to go in with some eyeshadow, really easy, basic look. And my favorite base is, this is an It's Cosmetics Superhero eyeshadow palette I've had for a long time. You can see the writing is practically worn off. And as you can see, this is my favorite base shade. It's in the shade Pow, and I just love it. It's perfect for my skin tone. It just evens it out. So I'm going to grab some of that. And I just put that all over. All right, so this is where I get envious of all those wonderful looks that they do. I just can't do it. The eyeshadow palette that I've really been enjoying lately is one of these ones from Smashbox. I love a smaller palette so if I like it, I can actually take it with me traveling. But this has a really pretty, just like a taupey brown shade right here. It's called Cruise, and I'm just gonna use that. I just go over just basically the lid. And then I'm gonna have to use a little powder. I can see I'm really shiny on my forehead. And then I take, this is Vanilla, I believe. It's the shade, yes, the shade right here is Vanilla. And I just grab just the tiniest bit of that on the brush and kind of tap it off. And then I just tap it in the middle. And then I go back to my big fluffy It Cosmetics one, and I just blend and blend. And that is it. I can't do anything more than that. And also the eyebrows. I know the look is to be filling in and all of that. I can't. I tried one time to fill my eyebrows in, and I looked like that episode of Seinfeld where Elaine drew in Jerry's uncle's eyebrows with a Sharpie. Does anyone remember that? I looked absolutely ridiculous. So I just make sure that they're groomed, and I kind of just, that's it. That's what I do. So I do want to apply just a little more powder, because I can see in this mirror here that I am just a little shiny on my T-zone. And the last thing is lips. I love how lipstick looks on people, but generally I just can't wear it. I have tried so many moisturizing formulas and they just seem to dry out my lips. I just hate how it feels and I get this horrible film. Does anyone else just not like wearing lipstick? So I'm basically a gloss person and I love, this is a Laura Gellar Nude Kisses lip gloss and it is in the shade Barely There, and this is one of my favorites and I wear this almost every day. It adds a little bit of color, but it feels so much better to me than lipstick. So that is just my everyday makeup routine. And like I said earlier, I hope that there's others out there you can relate. Like this is just a real girl's way to put on makeup for the day. And don't get me wrong, I love watching the beauty YouTubers here and what they do. It's amazing. They are all absolutely gorgeous. I just can't do that. And this is my attempt to make myself feel pretty every day. So thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and I will see you next time. Bye.